Welcome back to Bondi Harvest and our first chef challenge. Our first pick from the Tastemade app was from Scott Bridges, and we checked out Water Grill in Santa Monica. So we tried the mussels, and the mussels were so tasty, so they were large and plump. So this is my take on the mussels on the beach, so check it out. It's all about the sauce. So I got heaps of herbs, some bay leaf, a little bit of cream, some white wine. Alrighty, so the first step is we're going to fry off some onion, and that's going to be our base. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter. We're going to fry this onion off until it's soft. Alright, to that we're going to add 1 clove of garlic. And look, you can chop it up by hand if you want, but again, we're rolling guerrilla style, so I'm going to use a garlic crusher.
So what's next?
That's our chopping done, so I don't need my chopping board anymore. Alrighty, so I'm going to cook our onions down till they're nice and soft, sort of tender and see-through. And then we're going to add a nice, decent glug of white wine. So that's almost ready. What we ate was a white sauce. So if you colour your onions, when you add your white wine, it's going to discolour your sauce, which is not what you want. We're going to add some white wine, and we're going to reduce this down. We're going to cook the alcohol out of it. And the best thing about these recipes is you can use old wine. So if you've got an old bottle of white wine sitting around, don't throw it away. Use it for cooking, gives it so much flavour.
How much?
About 1.5 cups there. We're going to add 1 bay leaf. Okay, so it's probably going to take about 5 minutes to reduce at the most, but again, it depends on the size of your pan, you know, the strength of your stove. This might take a little bit longer because obviously our stove is not that strong. If you're doing it at home, it's going to take pretty quick. Look, when you reduce the sauce, basically the flavour intensifies, and you do it before you put your mussels in, because otherwise your mussels are sitting there for way too long and they go overcooked and they go tough and horrible. These things, I'll just beard them. So by bearding them, just grab it and pull it off. It's just a little beard, but it's actually connected inside the mussel. Pull it out. The next step is to throw them in your pot. So you want a hot pot, you want lots of steam. If you've got a lid, you whack it on there, and the idea is the steam and the flavour circulates and they pop open super quick, because it's almost like being in an oven or you're steaming them, but I forgot it. If your mussels don't open, don't cram them open and try and eat them, because there's a good chance they might be bad. So you're better off just chucking the ones away that don't open up. But these look like they're all opening because they're gorgeous. So now that they've all opened, the next step is I'm going to add a little richness. So I'm going to add a little bit of cream. We're just going to cook that down and mix it in with the sauce so it's all combined, just till it's a little bit rich and nice and thick. But I mean, look how sexy these guys look. What I found from our mussels we had at Water Grill is they had heaps and heaps of thyme, and the flavour was awesome. So I'm going to add my thyme in at the end, toss it through, so we don't overcook the herbs as well. And it's quite salty, and not because I've added any salt, but I mean, those mussels, because they're from the sea, they actually have, you know, sea salt water and salt in them, so it's almost like self-seasoning. So whack that aside, and then look, every single mussel dish has to come with toasted bread or some sort of bread to dip that beautiful sauce up. Otherwise, it'd be rude, let's be honest. You know what, mussels are definitely one of my most favourite camping foods if you're camping next to the beach. You know, they're easy, they're always tasty, and it's one of those foods that you have to share. You know what I mean? You're all reaching into a pot, you're dipping bread, it's party food. I've toasted it off. Look, if you've got a toaster at home, you can put it in a toaster, but just rub it with a bit of garlic. All right, so that's the chef challenge. That's Water Grill's done. Our mussels are sexy, ready to smash them. If you want to see our next chef challenge, make sure you subscribe, keep watching, and we'll see you next week. Yew!